Greetings, fellow alchemists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to The Rising. Episode 5, Building an Alchemy Laboratory. So we have the theme storages and the forge room. So I'm going to have you guys vote on next priority. What do you think? As far as V-Bloods go, I've only killed one of the level 30s. Although, with that said, Nibbles the Putrid Rat is a bit different. So there's only really Clive the Firestarter. And Clive gives an alchemy table and a minor explosive box as well as a chaos spell point. As far as proven gear goes, there's a lot to be done there. Because I have the materials for Merciless now, I think. So let's start collecting that, because it looks like that seems to be the popular choice. So 9 whetstones, 3 leather. It's literally all the leather I had, but we have more in the tannery, 48 more. And we have the whetstones too. Cool. So Merciless, copper, sword. Done. And now my power level's at 32. As far as the other gear going, the Traveler's Wraps. I don't believe I have the cloth for that, but I'll double check. Oh, I do. Okay, so let's get the Traveler Wrap. And then as far as the rings go, the Gravedigger ring
require more resources to make that.
Needs Grave Dust and Morning Lily. Yeah, let's be done with that for now. So Grave Dust and what I'll do is I'll split which furnaces are running. Let's take a look if we have the Grave Dust and Morning Lily. We probably don't. That would be an alchemy. So we need to grind up bones. Oh, at a grinder. I'm at a furnace. Derp. Grind up bones for more grave dust. We might have some bones in our mist brazier. Yep, we do. We have a lot of bones in there. So we'll do them as well. And that will allow us to get the Gravedigger ring, which will improve our gear level a bit more. And then that does lead to the Ring of the Dustwatcher. But what I will say, without spoiling too much, is Greater Blood Essence is really important to stockpile until you have a story mission to be able to use it. So don't use that willy-nilly. It's a bad idea. The other thing I can do is to make the Merciless crossbow with the regular crossbow. So let's get a regular crossbow out and then upgrade that to the Merciless one. So that if I need to shoot things on range, I have the capacity. Because we did unlock the Merciless. Although I don't believe I have the Crude Amethyst. I don't. So we can have a regular crossbow at least. And then we can also do the Merciless Copper Mace for 2 topaz. Which I have 5 topaz, so that's no problem at all. So the only thing lagging behind of our standard gear is the axe. But now we have a Merciless Mace too, which is great. So the last thing I want to do is the Gravedigger ring for Morning Lily, and that's going to be found in our herb storage. And I do have enough Morning Lily for it. I probably at some point should start a garden, but that's going to be a different voted priority of the improving the base. And we have enough grave dust. Fantastic. So my old ring can be set aside for someone else. Now my gear level's a whopping 35, which puts us in spitting distance of a lot more V-Bloods. Finn the Fisherman, Pelora the Feywalker, Kodia the Ferocious Bear, and Nikolaus the Fallen. The other thing, in terms of improving gear, we don't have a leatherworking station just yet, so I'll put one down. And this allows us to craft a leather bag, which increases inventory size. We don't have tailor flooring, so there's not a floor for me to put in that. I'm going to have you guys decide next priority now that I've increased gears considerably. And if you want me to build the blood press, do the base building, improve the base, and I'll do the Devourer, the blood press, and start to work on the Servant's Coffin. So if you're wondering how to push me through more of the like in-game tutorial, it's the option number 1. So in terms of refinement, the only thing I have not made are the tombs and the Devourer. I think, honestly, I'm just going to make the Devourer now. There's really no reason for me to hold off on that. I have the materials, it's no problem. So the Devourer is just like a shredder of things you don't want. I like to keep it next to my teleporter, so that whenever I teleport home, I can immediately just go and shred the things I don't care to keep. So in this case, what I might end up shredding is like all of the really low-level gear that I've got here. And the way it works is you just stick whatever you want shredded into the Devourer, and it will shred. So it turns, you know, my plated bone guard leggings into, like, furs and the like, right? Just into their associated material. And another thing important to shred is books you don't want. So I already have Forged Flooring unlocked. I don't need another Forged Flooring book, so I can stick the Forged Flooring book in here and shred it to paper. There we go, now I have a little bit more paper. And 4 more paper and I'll be able to make another random unlock. What else do we not have? So I don't have a blood press. And it looks like you guys want me to... number 1, so build a blood press and servant coffin. So a blood press is one of the more important objects to build, which allows you to make better blood and make blood full stop. I don't have a spot for alchemy just yet. Plus I don't have alchemy floors either. But you can press rats into blood, fish into oil and bones, and then different bloods into different quality essences. And the greater essences... ooh, wow, that's a lot of silver. Let's put that away before it melts us. So vampires are kind of allergic to silver, so you shouldn't be carrying silver unless you have a dedicated silver pouch. Well, you can, it will just hurt. So for the blood press, construct and interact with the blood press. And I'm going to go over to our consumables, grab the tainted hearts that we have here, and send them through the blood press to generate blood essence. Now, I believe I had unsullied hearts. Where'd they go? For real, how did... wait, oh, they're in my inventory. So, I think what I want to do is not... so right now, if I put my 2 unsullied hearts in here, I would get 2 greater blood essences. And... what I'm thinking about is So the servant's coffin requires 1 greater blood essence, but if I got alchemy flooring, I would be able to get more bang for my buck out of these hearts. And the alchemy flooring is... forget where... is it a random unlock? I think it's a random unlock. So maybe what we'll do is try to shop for it. And see if we can't buy the recipe or unlock the recipe as a result of cashing in paper. So if I want to travel to, let's say, this merchant, we'll waygate over. Professor Varian, thank you for the resub. So without spoiling too much, what I will say is the greater essences are really crucial for progress. So don't waste them.
Wanna trade?
So this guy, what do you got? You got alchemy flooring at 70. Okay, let's buy that. Let's. So there's different ways to buy that. One way to buy that is to take my silver and trade silver.
Something special.
Trade silver in for something that you can buy to then grind up. But I think another way to do it is just to like kill enemies that might have silver on them. Or copper. Sorry, excuse me. I meant copper. So I'm trying to think of the other resources we're low on. I think we're also low on things like coarse thread. So heading anywhere that can drop coarse thread, where we can also farm coin, is going to be important. So we're going to try to earn 70 coin. And for that, we're just going on a bit of a murder spree. Ooh, 80%? Yes, please. Just barely noticed in time. Oh, I just happened to pick up the book for Alchemy Lab flooring. Okay. I guess that solves that problem. Let's go build an Alchemy Lab. A 95% moose. Get back here. Streamer luck? Yeah, no kidding. That was just pretty dang fortuitous. Honestly, stupid levels of fortuitous. What? Maybe the streamer gods just like me today. Well, that's pretty pure blood. Good boss killing blood, if I do say so myself. Well, actually, creature is not a particularly good boss killing blood, but it's more travel blood. As you can see, it's sun resistance rating, movement speed, damage reduction, so it's kind of travel blood, but whatever. Okay, alchemy flooring. So where are we going to want to put our alchemy lab? There's not a lot of space here, but there's more space out that way. So maybe... I think I'll put it this direction. So one thing that we're going to need for the alchemy lab is sulfur. So let's learn the alchemy lab recipe, so I'm not, like, pretending to be omniscient. But for the alchemy lab flooring here, if we go to castle, foundation, alchemy lab, it costs sulfur and stone brick. So we're going to need to farm a little bit of sulfur first. I've been passing over the sulfur up until this point because I didn't really have a need for it. But sulfur's going to be... It looks like copper, but slightly more yellow. And we're not going to need a whole ton... Oh, hi, Treant. We're not going to need a whole ton of it in order to make what we need. You know what? There's a really good opportunity here. Hey, humans! Get Treanted. And man-trapped. So these are like mobile treasure chests, if you will. And given the chaos going on right now, I figured, why the hell not? Yoink! Merciless copper crossbow, already got that. Hearth wall panels, nice. And sulfur. That's kind of funny. Plus a lot of gems. I want the hide. Get out of the way. It's not a lot of hide. Not only that, but we also killed the Treant too, which, you know, gave us a bunch of seeds. At some point I'll probably start farming. There is a spot... So, alright, I'm gonna... I mean, I have played before, so I'm kind of going off the knowledge I already have. But Clive, the Firestarter, is also happens to be in a sulfur mine. Oh, stone golem. Don't mind if I do. I'm not sure what is with all of the, like, world's random NPCs trying to kill me. But these guys are really handy to resource farm if you're trying to resource farm, because they destroy the environment as you fight them. I just didn't min-max it that way. But you can, I mean, I did that with the Treant before, where you can just drag them around and have them just destroy the resource nodes, which is pretty effective. Now, as far as the sulfur I need for this alchemy project, I probably got it from the wagon. But regardless, I'd like to find a sulfur, a harvestable sulfur thing anyway, just to show you what it looks like. And yeah, chat, you're right. Double rigged. I wanted the alchemy lab flooring. I got the book for it. I wanted sulfur, and I got a wagon for it. It's pretty silly. Looking for random sulfur nodes on the road. Okay, I definitely don't want to be messing with Simon Belmont right now. That would not end well for me, so I'm going to stay pretty clear of him. Oh, that moose. I saw it glowing, and I was like, oh, what percentage it was? 93. It almost had this one beat, but not quite. Well, I guess we're going pretty clear to the mines. So I've not found any nodes yet. Oh, don't want to be fighting you either. You're a bit too high level for me as well. So not all attacks can be countered. AoE attacks are not counterable in the same way that, like, direct attacks are. So don't just stand in the middle of their, like, thrown bombs thinking your counter shield will make any difference. Bandit Sulfur Quarry. Sounds like I'm in the right place if I'm looking for sulfur. Also, the environment explodes here. If you hadn't noticed. So be careful of the boxes you hit. Unless you want it to explode. Maybe you do. This boss fight's going to be exceedingly annoying if I... So I probably shouldn't go any further to fight the boss. I'll just be here for sulfur. Just because it's, the reason for that is it's really open without much sun coverage. Except for here's Clive, so never mind. Because Clive is a AoE enemy. Oh god. So much sun. Oh! I can't move. I trapped myself like an idiot. I thought I could get through the boxes and could not. I blew myself up. Alright, closest. So I don't have this waygate, so I'm going to select this waygate just to unlock it, even though it's not the closest to where I died. Just so that I have access to the zone in the future. And now the Walk of Shame. The streamer gods demand their payment? Indeed it does. The payment of hubris. Although, with that said, I did vocalize that attacking him in broad daylight when the zone is full of explosive boxes and has almost no coverage from the sun was a bad idea. So I guess I just proved my point. The inventory does not get lost forever. You can go pick it up off your dead body. Now, if this was PvP, it could be looted by other players, depending on your server settings. Of course, I'm in single player, so that's not the case. I like how in the game it says angry moose. It's like, aren't all moose angry? Like, I've never met a not angry moose. They're known to stomp you to death. That's what they do. They're like death horses. Well, here we are, done with the Walk of Shame. And here, as you can see, my stuff. What do I plant fibers, pretty common. I'll drop the plant
There's
fiber.
no space in my inventory.
Now I could wait like 3 in-game hours for nightfall. Oops. Which might be a good idea if I really want to take out the boss.
My bags are filled.
I'm gonna have a lot of filled bags. What else can I drop here? A little bone, a little leather, pollen. I probably should just turn back and or wait. It's almost actually nightfall. So this here is what... Oh. I didn't see you guys. This is what sulfur looks like. This yellowy rock. Ooh, 94%? Don't mind if I do. Rogues have pretty nice blood. So now we have crit, strike, movement speed, fail cooldown, recovery rate, etc. Forge flooring. Warlock gloves. Sweet.
What are you looking at?
Alright, boss fight time! This fight is mostly just about avoiding his massive AoEs, because if you don't, he'll shred the crap out of you. And because I don't want to dodge extra bombs, I'm killing all the ads too. Ooh, Dark Star. You can use the environment against him. So, like, I'm going to try to come over here and blow some of this up. It wasn't all that effective. He sure likes his bombs. But
Guess that's what I get.
a lot of these boss fights I find, like, being patient and methodical is better than just, like, blitzing at them and throwing everything you got. Because as long as you're avoiding the damage, you are definitely headed towards winning. Tainted Hearts for Unsullied Hearts.
There's no space in my inventory. I must make room if I want to carry that.
Man, I am really full up having to decide what to take. Water skins for more unsolicited hearts, copper coins. Sweet.
I must make room if I want to carry.
Now I can
on.
always come back here and scoop more stuff up, but I'm okay with what I've got.
There's no space in my inventory.
So let's get back to home. So we got an alchemy table, explosive box, and a chaos spell point. And as far as the chaos spell points go, it only is aftershock. So to show you aftershock, it's like a line attack that can ignite. If I could find a target to use it on. Like that. I might have a modifier for it right now, yeah. I do. Initial wave inflicts fading snare. Cool. I don't mind a little extra oomph. And now that I actually freed up an inventory spot, I have some copper coin, so let's see if there's a book here we would want to buy as well.
Break it, you buy it.
Brew of Ferocity. I hope I don't already have that book on me. Okay, I don't. Brew of Ferocity is a nice book to have. Gives you a damage buff potion. Oh, here's a copper node. Might as well. Or, sulfur. I said copper, didn't mean it. So for us to do something with this sulfur, we need to furnace it. I'm going to split it between the two furnaces so it smelts faster. And then I think what I'll do is start clear out the area here to build our alchemy area. How's Yoda today? He's standard neurotic. The usual. Now, if I'm going to be building stuff, I should probably also get the stone and wood that I have into the grinder and sawmill for the material itself. And to start putting away all my... I have just an inventory full of stuff. So much junk. So, as far as knowledge books go, we got Warlock Gloves, Merciless Crossbow, Spell Weaving Ring, Brew of Ferocity, and Cosmetic Wall Panels. And then Forge Flooring and Merciless Copper Mace can be shredded. And then the Marauder Boots, I think I already have. Yep, can also be shredded. Lots of gems. I'm stockpiling the Unsullied Hearts for now, so that we can use them more effectively once I have an alchemy lab. Which you don't have to do, but I'm trying to limit the amount of, like, grind I have to do, so as to not be boring for you all. So I'm min-maxing as much as I can to that end. So the Alchemy Lab needs stone, brick, and sulfur. And I've got a fair bit of that now. And that was going to go out here. So it's going to be slightly weird shape. Which is fine, because some buildings require a lot of, like, space. Because the things you do with the area require size. Alchemy Labs is one of those that, depending on if you want to farm rats or not, can be small or huge. So I'm probably going to err on like a larger Alchemy Lab, knowing that there's just a lot of alchemy to be done. I'm going to go big initially. Which is good that I got all that sulfur. So, there's the dimensions, and then for the walls. So the walls I need to put up planks.
This will not work.
Okay, cool. So things we need in here. Blood press. I'm going to put the blood press in this, like, cubbyhole. And now, the blood press can press 3 unsalted hearts to greater essence, rather than 4. And because unsalted hearts are kind of hard to come by early game, that discount is huge. Then the other things that we're going to want to put in this thing is, so you can put vermin nests. Vermin nests allow you to spawn rats. And I'll put at least 1 vermin nest. And for that, we need bones. And then the alchemy storage, I'm going to want to put over here as well. As well as probably the consumables, because they're kind of themed, and the herb storage. And I'll figure out exactly the right spots for them eventually. But, are we... I think I might be nearly out of bone. So we might need to go to a cemetery to remedy that. I have a little bit of bone here, but maybe not even enough for a vermin nest. No, I don't think I have enough for a vermin nest. The other thing we're going to put in here is the crafting bench for an alchemy table. So let's see if we have enough sulfur for that. Definitely. And that allows us to brew up the vermin salves, which we've had before, of course, but now the brew of ferocities and any of the other potions that we end up getting. At discount, of course, because this is the alchemy room. And with the greater essences that we're starting to get now, we can get the servant coffins. So the way this works is once you have a servant coffin, you unlock the form of Dominate Human. And Dominate Human is a form that you can take, kind of like wolf form, where you charm an enemy, and then if you lead them back to your coffin, you can subjugate them to turn them into a minion. And that allows you to send them out to do your bidding, like gathering resources and the like. So it's a really powerful tool to unlock. So I'm quite happy getting it. Thank you for tuning in to V Rising, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow vampires.